morning and welcome to what appears to be a foggy, cold and gloomy day here in Auckland. It's currently 6:20 a.m, so the sun should be up in about an hour, and I am currently in front of the Cordis Hotel. I'm not staying here, however I was just dropped off because I have a tour booked out of Auckland today. They don't do pickups from the suburbs, they only do pickups from certain points around the CBD. This is the last pickup point. I booked a tour via TripAdvisor for the first time. I don't usually do stuff like that, but I found a good deal to go out of Auckland, guided tour, so we're going to try it out. Down to Hobbiton and Waitomo caves. I didn't even realise that the Hobbiton set was up here on the North Island. For some reason I thought it was down on the South. Of course I know they filmed Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, a lot of it is down on South Island, but the main Hobbiton set is apparently all the way up here, so not that far from Auckland. So we're going out there for the day today, as well as Waitomo caves. A package of like $215, lunch included, and with the travel time there, about 2 hours, I think that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, I'm just waiting in front of the Cordis Hotel. That's the last pickup point that they're doing. So yeah, I'm looking out for a yellow Mercedes. They do have a bit of heating here. That is nice. It's cold, foggy, rainy.
Out to the right hand side, everyone, a little bit hard to see just now, but we'll raise, come up a little bit, we'll see it again, is the Waikato River. This is New Zealand's largest and longest river. As you can see, we're very much into kind of the farmlands of New Zealand now. We're going to continue our way down the State Highway. This afternoon we'll take all country roads to pretty much get our way home. But the Waikato River is the largest and longest river in the country, 427 kilometres long. Very historic as well. We were chatting before around the arrival of our indigenous Māori people into New Zealand. They arrived by coming in from the Pacific Ocean up on a boat, what they call a waka. This is the river they came in. In the 1800s we saw the arrival of the British soldiers. They also came in on their boats up the Waikato River as well. We'll chat a little bit more about that later on today. Some very historic kind of parts we're going to be driving past. When we drop into the Waikato with all the fog around, it's very cold. We've actually just dropped 10 degrees from us getting from the coffee shop to here. So we're pretty warm inside, sadly. I just say to everyone, you might need to give them a little rub. Yeah. I promise you by the time we leave Hobbiton, there'll be no condensation, but just for our drive in. If we're lucky today, we might see a kiwi bird. Not real. But I definitely will show you a kiwi bird. Now, if you are on the left-hand side of the van, in one of our solo seats, I want you to scrub your windows a little bit in about 30 seconds time, and then I'll point this out when we come back home this afternoon. So we will actually just connect up into this road to make our way down to Auckland, up to Auckland. We're about to go past a very famous statue in New Zealand. There are 8 different statues that are on the top of this hill because we are currently climbing up Mount Topiri. This is the highest point in the Waikato. Now, dating back to what I was saying before, the arrival of the Māori people in the 1300s, they were the first people to arrive in New Zealand. And they actually chose this mountain range that we're on right now as their first landing location. The reason for that, they had the river out to the right for water and for food and for fish. They had all the farmland through here for hunting and getting food. But the main reason, it's the highest point. When we drive home this afternoon, you'll be able to see we look down the Waikato River. Now in 2026, they represent that the Māori warriors are watching over you as you drive through their lands. And you'll see that the faces move with us as we drive. Now I'm a little bit cheeky. I call it the Māori Mona Lisa. It's not what it's called. But you'll see as we drive past at the moment, that just to our left now, the faces will move with us as we drive. Now what's really interesting is with the development of science over the years, we've tried to DNA test our indigenous people to really find the history of them. It's the reason why you're going to see signs coming up saying that to our left-hand side is a scientific reserve. they've pulled DNA out of this land. It shocked the Māori and New Zealand people. It has come back that the closest link to the DNA found was Taiwan. It was very interesting. If you do go into Taiwan's history though a little bit, the Taiwanese people that we know today were not the original Taiwanese people. It kind of had a bit of a New Zealand feel as well, where the Taiwanese people had migrated into Taiwan. But the honest answer is, where does the history of our indigenous people come from? We actually don't know. How many people yourself, or you might have grandkids, or you might have kids yourself, have watched the movie Moana?
Yeah.
The Moana movie is the story of our indigenous people trying to find through the carvings, through DNA, through the stories, of trying to find exactly what our history is. Because we're so mixed between Tonga, Samoa, Hawaii, and now Taiwan that we don't know. But with the development of science, we're learning more and more every year. We're pulling up to the Shire's Rest over here on our left.
Alright guys, we have arrived at the Hobbiton movie set. It's much colder here, very chilly, still heavy fog. Hopefully it clears up a bit, but this is one of the most iconic spots to visit here on North Island. Alright guys, we are heading into the Shire.
Hello, I just wanted to welcome you on your journey to Hobbiton. I'm very, very pleased that you're able to take the time to go visit our set. It's great when you're making a movie, everything's so temporary. The film survives, but the sets and the costumes and the props that you make, they all just get thrown away. And so I'm delighted that Hobbiton has managed to survive, and I'm really pleased that you're taking the time to visit it, and I hope that you enjoy yourself. It's been years ago that we were flying around in a helicopter and found the Alexander Farm from the air, and it, for some reason from the air it looked right, and when we landed it was absolutely perfect, as I'm sure you'll see for yourselves. So thank you very much to the Alexander family for their brilliant support over the years, and especially to Russell, who has been the greatest business partner to have, and as you'll see yourself, doing a fantastic job, making you very welcome. So thank you and enjoy yourselves.
From the entire Alexander family and everyone here on set, we're thrilled to have you. Your tour starts with a journey through our 1,250-acre working sheep and beef farm. It's these rolling green hills that attracted the location scouts way back in 1998. After the completion of filming The Lord of the Rings in 2000, the set was torn down and Hobbiton was left as little more than a sheep paddock. So when Peter and his team returned for The Hobbit, we seized the opportunity, partnered up and rebuild the set permanently, and it's been growing ever since.
In Alexander, the owner of the farm got the fateful knock on his door by Sir Peter Jackson's locating scout Dave Waitomo, asking to go for a small wander over the farm. He took some photos and then left. 6 weeks later though, they had another knock on the door, and it was Sir Peter Jackson himself with said locating scout and a fellowship in tow. But they weren't actually allowed to talk to the Alexanders about what was happening, not until they had all signed some letters of confidentiality or non-disclosure agreements, and that was just so no one would spill the beans before their time. But I tell you what, the neighbours clicked on pretty quickly because of the constant convoy of cars, trucks and diggers coming out of the farm, which was the New Zealand Army. They stuck out like a sore thumb. They're the ones that actually came down and built the roads we're driving on, and doing all the earthworks and drainage on set as well. Now, as a thank you to them, they were actually allowed to star in the films, specifically as the Urukai soldiers. Now, that's a problem though, because urukais are the big, scary, ugly ones, and us New Zealanders are very well known for our dashing good looks and devilish charm. So they had to sit through hours and hours of makeup and prosthetics just to get them looking right. Some would say far too long to be having people like that sitting in chairs, because when they actually got released to do their scenes, they had so much built up energy that they had to be constantly told that they were the bad guys and they were supposed to lose. There's a few broken collarbones and bruised eyes along the way, but don't panic about that. There's a saying that goes with it: you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelette, and the same goes to making movies. Now, I do want to talk about this fence line on our left. It doesn't look like much to you guys, but it does mean a lot to the next farm over, because it is the boundary fence between this farm and the farm next door. Could you imagine being that close to owning your own movie set? Man, they must be gutted. Ah well, at least they get to look at it. People that come to Hobbiton, people that are fat massive. There are two other places I asked us not to go in this area. That is past the magnolia tree. If you don't know what a magnolia tree is, it's this one right.
The steps as well, it's a long way from it. Interesting to see the behind the scenes of this set. This is just prime farmland, well, is prime farmland. Green rolling hills, tons of sheep everywhere, and yeah, they just saw an opportunity and they turned it into this, one of, if not maybe the most famous movie set in the world. It was just meant to be temporary at first, and now they've made it permanent, turned it into a real tourist attraction. Just everything is preserved, everything is still here, exactly how it was.
That's a good photo. Yeah. That one.
Interesting to note, we were just told that all the interior filming was not done here in Hobbiton. All the interior filming in Hobbit Homes was actually filmed in a studio in Wellington. Out here at the Hobbiton set, only outdoor scenes were shot, not inside. So that's interesting to note. Did not know that. I think this is the one place where it's totally acceptable to nerd out a bit. Gonna duck down a bit. this home's been upscaled in size to actually allow people to walk inside, but wasn't used for filming the actual set. Like I said, that was done in the studio. It's not functioning, don't even think about it.
What's that?
Jenny sent the last.
Incredible.
Didgeridoo.
It's early for her.
Is that actually hot? No. Fake steam.
Better now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a pretty special place, Hobbiton. They do a great job of looking after the land. They do a great job of keeping tourism alive throughout this region, and they do a pretty good tour as well. So until next time. Look at these guys.
Those are not cows or sheep.
Deer farms.
Most of the venison that comes out of New Zealand is wild. This is a very special, quirky sort of thing. New Zealand's biggest downfall is our house prices, sadly. Very expensive to own a home in New Zealand. So here we are in the township of Kihikehi. We're probably a good hour and a half to 2 hours away from a hospital and an international airport. And you want to buy yourself a home here, you're looking around $600,000 to $800,000, which is just crazy.
Even in New Zealand, though.
For these old, 2-3 bedroom homes. I want to prove to you how important land value is in New Zealand.
Right guys, just had a quick lunch pit stop. We're now on to the next final destination for the day, the Waitomo Caves. So far on this trip, of course, I spent most of my time in the Auckland region, and yeah, we're now further south onto the main part of North Island, in Waikato region, which is named after the Waikato River, New Zealand's longest river. Right guys, I've just been dropped back into the city. The tour is over. Huge shout out to Liam for running that tour. Booked it through TripAdvisor. First time trying that out, and I was very impressed. So this package, which includes the Hobbiton movie set and Waitomo Caves, as well as lunch, and of course all the driving down there. It's about 2 hours to Hobbiton, then go an hour to the cave, and then 2.5 hours back. So a lot of driving throughout the day, big day trip. I got the package. I booked it pretty much last minute. I got this package 215 New Zealand dollars, and I had a look today and it was like 350, so I definitely got a good price on it. And considering the cost of admission tickets for individuals, 100% would say that is well worth it. Liam, who was our driver and tour guide, he was a real wealth of knowledge. As we were driving, he was explaining about different parts of the country, and yeah, just a real wealth of knowledge. And going to the Hobbiton movie set is it's an iconic thing up here in the North Island. For some reason I thought the set would be on South Island. I know of course they did a lot of filming, but I didn't know it was so close to Auckland. So definitely if you come to New Zealand in the Auckland region, I highly recommend going and checking out Hobbiton and booking it via tour. That way it's really easy getting around, of course. So yeah, I really enjoyed Hobbiton. Waitomo Caves was good as well. Yeah, I didn't get to mention this before, but no filming was allowed in the caves because it's a sacred Māori site. We got to see glowworms, take a bow. Caves were a good way to end the tour before heading all the way home. Had some good chats, met some interesting people. So yeah, this was definitely a good day. This is definitely a good day trip from Auckland that I recommend. My first time getting a package like this by TripAdvisor, and I'm very happy how it worked out. They basically did pickups throughout the CBD. I'm staying in North Shore with family, and they don't do pickups in the suburbs. So basically, when I booked it, I got a message saying, yeah, we only do pickups from CBD, not in the suburbs, which does say on the thing. And they basically just gave me the last pickup point. So yeah, I got dropped here in the morning. So if you're not staying in the city, you would have to organise Uber or transport to get into the city at a specific place. But yeah, well worth it. I really liked the tour. Waiting for my ride home. It's my last day on the North Island. I spent most of it, of course, in the Auckland region, but today we went to the Waitomo region, obviously movie set, and Waitomo Caves. So got to see a bit more of the North Island, which was good. But I will definitely have to come back and explore more of the North Island. I'd like to go up the Cape, far north, and yeah, just go see more of the centre, or Rotorua. There's another bucket list item which I haven't got to see this time. So yeah, there's a lot more to see on North Island. Yeah, and early tomorrow we are flying down to the south to begin the next phase of this journey. So looking forward to that. Apart from that, I'm shattered, so I will end it up for today. Alright, I don't think I've forgotten anything else. So apart from that, subscribe if you haven't already, give the video a like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Onwards and upwards.